Hi everybody and welcome to the rewards video for February 2017. It's gonna be a lot of giveaways coming up uh, in the next few months. I'm going to let you know more about it in a little while. I just wanted to let you know what rewards were coming up, what's going on, and what's and what I've got in mind for everybody. So before and also I wanted to let you know who the postcard winner is this time. Today the postcard winner is the very first winner who's won a postcard twice. So as I've said, the amount of times you can win a postcard if you've already won is unlimited. I put everybody's name in a randomizer, and whoever the randomizer spits out, whatever name it is, they get the postcard. So this time we got a person who has already gotten a postcard. Now they're going to get another one. There's always a chance that you're going to win more than one time. So, and that's kind of, to a certain extent, is going to be the case in the new giveaways that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be more than just my original art. I'm going to be giving away something special, so I'll talk about it in a little while. Okay, to get this month's rewards, my wife wants me to redo all three covers of the Great Tower trilogy. Currently, the covers have symbols on them, and she doesn't think that the covers doesn't tell the audience she wants to attract that what these books represent, and that doesn't make them attractive to them. So what she wants, because she wants this to appeal to women who are interested in action adventure and fantasy, with a modern twist and that sort of thing. Women that may enjoy watching Supernatural or Agent Carter, you know, like TV shows like that sort of thing. The way to make it seem more appealing, or this is for you, is to actually have the protagonist on the cover. And so you often see these sort of things where there's like a totally awesome heroic character in the cover of, like in the movies or in book covers. What ended up happening is that I needed to increase my painting skills up. And currently, like, whenever I try to do painting, I've fallen on my face. I've failed miserably. The skill level, it's not the skill level so much as the process has never really been clear to me for a long time. Like, I've been playing it by ear a lot of the times, but the process has never been super clear. So I did a ton of studying in the last month, just trying to focus on this painting thing, specifically painting figures, so figurative painting. So this month, you're going to see my first test to test out the figure painting information that I got. I wanted to see if I internalized it correctly and if I can produce something based on what I learned. So this is the first step in a painting that I worked on this month. The first part of the painting process that I'm using is getting the values down. So what I wanted to do, as you can see, this is a painting of Supergirl. It's a digital painting of Supergirl. I use Manga Studio 5EX. And the point of this was just to get a solid value study of the subject. So I use photo reference, and I just basically try to to train my eye to capture the values. I would look at the thing, and then I would look, and then go back and forth, and I would look at the reference, and then I would try to capture the values by sight alone, that sort of thing. So it was a big process. Years ago, I tried painting this painting, and I failed. I mean, this photo from the reference photo, I tried painting this 3 or 4 times and failed. It was really difficult for me to get it. It was very frustrating. But having learned what I learned in the last month, I was able to give it at least a shot at doing it starting this way. So one of the reasons I failed was because I went straight to color. And because I hadn't wrapped my head around how to control color and values, I failed. So I knew that there was a process where you start just getting the values down in black and white and then adding color to it. So right now, this is the work in progress. This is the completed value study. The next step on top of this is to add color and then just try to match the colors from the reference to the painting. So you will get the final colored version next month. But this, you can now see, is the first step. This is the first step. So I'm happy with the values. So now I'm just going to apply color, and then you'll see how much brighter and nicer it looks next month. Okay, so that's this. And because I started doing this figurative paintings and value studies, I discovered something that I've known for years, but it hasn't been until I had to actually finish a painting and take my time and finish a painting like this that I discovered. And that is that figure drawing, what we learn in figure drawing, the lay-in, the spacing, just getting like the really quickly, just setting down the tone, the value studies as fast as possible, is crucial. So one of the reasons that I failed so many times doing that, the original Supergirl painting, is because my foundation, the drawing and the placement of the parts of the figure that I was painting was off, was wrong. I wasn't being careful. I wasn't measuring distances between eyes and mouths and nose. And I'm not talking about a generic proportion chart where like at a Loomis or a figure drawing book. I'm talking about looking at the figure and just how many like, see, her eye is this far from here, and then then you check on your thing, how is it this far, and how far away is that from, okay, and then how far am I doing it, does it match the distances, all that stuff, how many eye lengths are apart, where's her nose, what are the negative shapes doing. There was so much more to it, and that is crucial. That's the kind of thing that you're kind of internalizing and thinking about when you're doing figure drawing and you're doing lay-ins in figure drawing. And so I've decided I'm going to go back to going to figure drawing in charcoal, the way that I did when I first started. Charcoal on newsprint with a Riedmo pencil, charcoal, or maybe a little block of charcoal. But the entire idea is to that all my figure drawing classes, especially my painting class, figure drawing classes that were in painter studios, when we went to figure drawing, it was newsprint with charcoal. And the reason why we were using charcoal, we would use a razor blade to sharpen the end of the charcoal to a really fine point, so that when we used the charcoal, we could use it. You use the point, but then if we turned the charcoal this way, we would get a thick edge. And what that does is it kind of simulates brush strokes and painting. And just doing that, and so this is kind of what it would be like. We've got, here's an example, you get the thin lines, but then this is just me holding the charcoal pencil sideways. And I say charcoal pencil, but really, in reality, I used a stylus. Believe it or not, the figure drawings that I'm going to show you today were, one, not done in a newsprint pad, and without any charcoal. They're all digital. I just toned the a layer to look like a newsprint, and then I created a charcoal pencil that functioned exactly like a charcoal pencil. Like, so I took a brush in Manga Studio and I rigged it so that it actually, when I turned the thing, I could get a thick. When I went down like this in any direction, I get a thin line, and whenever I did this way across, I would get like a thick line, just like a real charcoal pencil. And so this is the figure drawings that I did digitally. Now, I did it on my Cintiq, which is a very small Cintiq. So next month, I'm going to do it in real newsprint with real charcoal. I just never got around to going to the art store to get myself a newsprint pad. But all of this is what it should look like in charcoal and real charcoal as well. So this is what I'm going to be practicing again, going back to doing charcoal studies, and because I discovered that the foundation is so important. Doing the noodly rendering stuff, that becomes really, really easy, because what you're doing, you've already got all the foundations down. And then you just go into Zen mode and be really meticulous and look at what's this tone? Okay, try to get. What's this? Okay, try to get that. And then so but getting just the basic values down is really important. And it was a good lesson to remember. So those are the figure drawings that you're going to get this month. I only went to figure drawing one time this month for various really just crazy reasons. There was a death in the studio, and it was just, yeah. So, yeah, we lost one of our co-workers is what it is. He had a heart attack while he was sleeping, and then we lost a co-worker, so it was really sad. So figure drawing was canceled that week, or postponed, because we had to go to the wake. Stuff like that. Guess what? Okay. So another thing, and I'm very happy about this, but so you're also going to get a high-res version of this Selfie with this Black Terror, and you're going to get this. Ooh, this is not even the right one. Okay. You're going to get this claw Who's Who and the Black Terror one. I say this is the wrong one because the name is wrong. I'm going to have to change that, but I'll get you the proper one, the one that's supposed to the one that's published. But I ended up having to do these as interior parts of the Black Terror Kid comic that I've made. Yes, I've made it. So I have a few friends of mine who I get together with at least twice a month. At least we try to, and artists, and they challenged me to, next time we meet, to have a printed, published version of at least the prototype of my Black Terror Kid comic, because I was kind of twiddling my thumbs on it and doing these things that I'm just showing you right now. Things just kept on coming up. So I just thought I'd show you. Here it is. This is the prototype. I've ordered more, but eventually, once I get these, This comic is going to be one of the giveaways coming up in the coming months. Uh, Black Terror Kid #1. Here's the cover. You guys have seen the digital version, but now here we got the actual cover in CC. So here's the interior. Here we go. And then we've got this where I can draw something for whoever buys the comic. If they ever meet me or if they buy it directly from me, you're going to get a drawing in here. And then the rest is comics. So hooray, it's done. See, and then we got the little how to draw things here. And at the end here we've got how the comic came to be. Like the inspiration for the comic, the story behind the comic. And then we've got this. Okay, so this is what you see. So, and then in the back we've got the selfie. Okay, so as soon as I get my orders, these are going to be some of the giveaways that I'm going to be doing. They will also be available via Indie Press Revolution website. You can order it from there. I'm going to order some so that I could give away. I'm going to set up an Etsy store. You're going to be able to get stickers and you can buy yourself a hard copy. I will also sell them via my regular blog, my luisescobarblog.com. They will be in that store. Either way, you're going to get it. So those are going to be the avenues right now for me to be able to sell these comics plus the giveaways. And there's probably going to be a PDF. Maybe I'll create a PDF and offer it as a reward to all my patrons. How's that too? So I'll make I'll upload the PDF, and that'll be for you guys to have a PDF version of this comic as well, so you'll have it digitally. But if you want a hard copy with a little drawing in it, they will be available. I will give away I'll give away a copy or two to patrons, and with a drawing, and if you still want one, you could purchase it via my store. I have to really update that stuff. That's one of the things I got to do. I got to update my stores. I got to make sure that my Etsy shop is up and make stickers available via my store. And there's so much stuff that I got to do. It's just, anyway. What else? So, other giveaways. This is the first announcement of this stuff. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be giving away next. If not, I may make a video later this month to officially announce the giveaway, or maybe next month. But I have to figure all this stuff out. Simpsons posters, more Simpsons posters. Remember the Simpsons poster? Some of you may remember it. That I gave away 10. Special limited edition Simpsons 25th anniversary Simpsons posters when I first started the Patreon. They were signed by me. I drew pictures or on some of them or all of them. I don't know, or I just signed my name. I don't remember. So I signed. It was signed limited edition posters. So I gave them away to the first patrons that ever became patrons on Patreon. Well, guess what? I've got more posters. I've got two types of posters. I got a Treehouse of Horror limited edition poster of the newest Treehouse of Horror, and I will show it to you. But it's got Maggie all decked out with all these weapons and the family looking off screen and from shoulders up, like surprised at something, and it looks like a big movie poster. It is a big poster. It's like what is it? Almost 30 by 27, something like that. It's fairly big. It's cool. It's very cool. But it's limited edition. By limited edition, I mean Fox often allows us to buy posters from them. And the thing is that often I didn't take advantage of it. And I've let a lot of posters just kind of fly by. But our studio is covered wall to wall with Simpsons posters, and it dawned on me in this last couple of weeks, because I had ordered these posters, that the posters that are on the walls at the studio are not available anywhere, like anywhere. And it dawned on me that we had access to these posters, and now they're gone. So they are absolutely limited edition. They don't really print that many, and then they're gone. So the people who have these posters have something really unique. So anybody who actually has a 25th anniversary poster that you got here from me through this Patreon has something very unique. Well, I've got more very special limited edition posters, the Treehouse of Horror one, and I've also got a 600th episode poster, and that is similar. In fact, it's kind of the inspiration for this selfie drawing, because I was looking at it, and it's Homer doing a selfie with the family, and then behind him is all of Springfield. Like, all the characters from Springfield are behind him, and it's a massive poster. It's not as big. It's a little bit smaller. It's 36 by 24 or whatever it is that the posters is. But it's still a fairly big poster, and so I'm going to be giving away those posters to you guys, my patrons. The trick is, okay, one of the things that I'm thinking is I wanna increase my patrons for obvious reasons. So I wanted to do something similar to what I did before when I did giveaways to new patrons. But I do not want the people who are patrons, like you, to be left out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make special giveaways just for patrons that have been here from the beginning, just being patrons for a while, new patrons that are currently patrons now. So I don't want to leave you. So I'm just trying to work out a good way to like make it fun, make it fair, and truly reward and be appreciative of this without breaking my bank account, because quite frankly, it took me about it was like a 3 months worth of patron money to kind of reimburse all the shipping and all the buying of shipping tubes that I ended up having to do the last time I gave away posters, because shipping tubes were like what, $8, and then shipping was minimum for me, because I was using UPS. Shipping was like $10 minimum. So per poster, I was spending about $18, and that is not including overseas shipping. So anytime I sent it overseas, it was like $40, you know. So it was really expensive. Like I ended up like losing or spending a lot of money shipping out these posters. So those kind of logistics, I've learned my lesson. I've talked to friends. How can I do this so that it's not going to cost me all that much? So they recommended I use the post office. In the post office, at most, at minimum, I'll probably be spending $5 to ship, which is better than 10. And the shipping rolls I'm going to get in bulk. So I will probably be spending a few cents instead of dollars for the shipping roll. So that makes it so much better. That makes it so that I'm probably going to be spending $6 or $7, maybe even 10 at the most, to ship this stuff off, than the $40 or whatever. So we'll see. But I'm trying to make this as easy for myself as possible so that I could better reward you guys. Because one of the reasons I do the postcards is because all I have to do is put a stamp and mail it, But shipping is always a hassle. So that's coming up, and that's exciting. So we've got giveaways. We've got Simpsons Posters giveaways coming up. We've got original art postcard giveaways. And, well, maybe I might not do the original art postcard giveaways if I'm doing all the Simpsons stuff. I don't know. What do you think? Give me some feedback. Do you guys still want me to do the postcard giveaways while I'm doing the Simpson posters giveaways and the comic book giveaways? Let me know if you still value the postcards. So that's what's going on, and so it's exciting. You guys are going to get some valuable stuff because you're my patrons. And speaking of patrons, this week's postcard is this. I didn't put it up. I didn't put it up here, but I think you're going to be getting the digital version of this preliminary sketch. But this is this month's postcard. It's one of Spider-Man. He is my second favorite superhero. My favorite superhero is Superman. Spider-Man's my second. My third favorite is Nightwing. So here we got Spidey. And so, and as I said before, the winner of this month's postcard is somebody who has already won a postcard from me before. In fact, crazy, the randomizer picked exactly the same person that won last month, and that is Lynn. So Lynn gets this postcard. So thank you, Lynn. You're lucky enough to actually have gotten this twice. She happens to have 5 entries. So the more times your name is entered in the raffle, the more likely you're going to win multiple times. I'm just letting you know, and I allow it. Okay. Maybe for the Simpsons posters, I may not do that. But for the postcards, yes, because it's a unique item. You're not going to be getting the same thing over and over. So here we are. So, and that's kind of the way I want it to be. I want to reward people who have more entries. That to me is so. Congratulations, Lynn, on your postcard reward. So hopefully you guys stuck around all this time. You heard, and none of this is too rambly or whatever, and you found it interesting. So thank you so much for being my patrons. Continue being my patrons, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.